Let us stroll down the mystical moon. Hey, Tubies, this is Psychic Bob. Isn't this a cool piece of jewelry? I thought you guys would like to see this. This is a piece of my jewelry. It's a priestess drawing down the moon. And, you know, I love to collect and wear mystical jewelry. And I brought some pieces out today that I was going to show you here. I just thought it'd be fun just to have some lighthearted fun today. This is one of my favorite pendants. It's made of pewter. It's kind of hard to see, but it's really cool because it's three-dimensional. It's got the priestess there. And you can see it's fully done on the back as well. Really beautiful piece. It's one of my wonderful favorite pieces. I brought that with me. You know, when I travel, I bring certain pieces. This is one that often travels with me. Because, you know, it's kind of neat because if you have to go to a ritual somewhere, I got something you can wear that symbolizes the energy of a ritual. Today I happen to be also wearing, this is what I'm wearing today, which is my little, this is called Endless Light Pentacle, and it's got a little green emerald crystal in it. Isn't that beautiful? I just wear that on my simple silver chain. I love it. You know, I have a lot of fun with my jewelry. This is one of my other pieces here I thought I'd show you that I brought along as well. This is another little pentagram. It's got a green crystal similar to this one. This one has a circle around it. This one's just without the circle. But isn't that cool too? So I have a lot of fun with all my mystical Wiccan jewelry. And, you know, I was thinking about this because a lot of people are writing me and saying, "Say, Bob, I love your jewelry. Can I wear Wiccan jewelry? What do I buy? What do I wear?" Well, you know, Scott Cunningham in his book, Wicca Guide for the Solitary, talks a little bit about ritual jewelry in here. Excuse me, guys, I'm having some problems with my chest today. But in here, this was actually, as I told many of you, this was the very first book I ever read on Wicca. And it was after reading this book that I started collecting, you know, Wiccan jewelry. And I thought I'd read to you a little bit here about what he says about Wiccan jewelry, okay? Now, this is, he's talking about preparing for ritual. And in this section, he's talking about jewelry that you wear for Wiccan ritual. But he also says you can wear it outside the circle, too. But I thought I'd just read this to you. So let's just gather around. Let's have a little read here, okay? And it says, this is in the chapter, Ritual and Preparation for Ritual. And it says, selecting and donning ritual jewelry naturally follows dressing. Just so you know, earlier in the text, he talked about ritual robes, which that'll be a whole nother video. Selecting and donning ritual jewelry naturally follows dressing. Many Wiccans have collections of exotic pieces with religious or magical designs. Then too, amulets and talismans, devices made to ward off or to attract forces, often double as ritual jewelry. Such wonders are necklaces of amber and jet, silver or gold bands worn on wrists, crowns of silver set with crescent moons, rings of emeralds and pearls. Even ritual garters set with tiny silver buckles are often part of Wiccan regalia. But you needn't purchase or make such extravagances. Keep it simple for now. If you feel comfortable wearing one or two pieces of jewelry during ritual, fine. Choose designs incorporating crescents, ankhs, five-pointed stars, pentagrams, and so on. Many mail-order suppliers carry occult jewelry. If you wish to reserve such pieces for ritual wear, fine, many do. I'm often asked if I have a good luck charm or a piece of jewelry, an amulet, or some other power object that I always have in my possession. I don't. This often comes as a surprise, but it is part of my magical philosophy. If I determine that one piece of jewelry, a ring, pendant, quartz crystal, etc., was my power object, my link with the gods, my assurance of good luck, I'd be crushed if it was stolen, lost, misplaced, or otherwise parted company from me. I could say that the power had gone out of it, that it was a magical lemon taken by higher beings, or that I'm not as aware as I think, but I'd still be devastated. It isn't wise to put our hopes, dreams, and energies into physical objects. This is a limitation, a direct product of the materialism fostered upon us all of our lives. It's so easy to say, I can't do a thing since I've lost my lucky moonstone necklace. It's also tempting to think, nothing's gone right since my horn god ring disappeared. What isn't easy to see is that all the power and luck we need is within ourselves. It isn't wrapped up in exterior objects unless we allow it to be. If we do this, we leave ourselves open to losing that part of our personal power and good fortune, something I won't willingly do. Power objects and ritual jewelry can indeed be reminders of the goddess and God and symbols of our own affinities, but I feel they shouldn't be allowed to become more than that. Still, I do have a few pieces: a silver pentagram, an image of the goddess, an Egyptian ankh, a Hawaiian fishhook that symbolizes the god Maui, that I sometimes wear during ritual. Donning such objects triggers the mind and produces that state of consciousness that is necessary for effective ritual. I'm not saying that power shouldn't be set into objects. Indeed, this is the way magically charged talismans and amulets are made. I simply prefer not to do so with personal and ritual jewelry. Certain natural objects, such as quartz crystals, are worn to invite their energies within ourselves to effect changes. This type of power object is a fine adjunct to personal energies, but it's dangerous to rely on them exclusively. If wearing specific pieces puts you into a magical mood, or if wearing an image of the goddess or one of her sacred symbols draws you closer to her, fine. Your goal, however, should perhaps be the ability to constantly tune into the hidden world around us and the reality of the goddess and God, even in the midst of the most grounding, debasing follies of the human experience. So there you go. As you see, Scott Cunningham says it's good that we have magical jewelry, but don't be so invested. You know, I have a lot of jewelry, and occasionally I lose a piece. And studying this concept has helped me to realize, honestly, that I don't have to have these objects to do magic. They're wonderful and they're fun, and I certainly do enjoy them. But as long as we remember that the magic is within us, then we're going to be just fine. So if I'm out walking one day and my chain breaks and I lose that pinnacle, I will have not lost any power. And I think that's what you've got to remember when working with magical jewelry. So collect to your heart's delight. Have fun. Enjoy your pieces. I know I enjoy mine. But I also remember that the true power comes from within. And the goddess and the god are not limited by what jewelry I wear. So anyways, guys, just want to share these thoughts with you today. Tell me, do you have a piece of magical jewelry that you wear? How do you feel about magical jewelry? Maybe you've had an experience or story you want to share with me about your work with magical jewelry. I would love to hear it. Anyways, I'm going to put on my beautiful emerald pinnacle today and go out and soak in the sun. You guys are the best. I love you. Thanks for being here. Keep it here. Tomorrow's Saturday. We'll have some more stuff coming, so be back here. By the way, like this video, favorite, share it with your friends. Hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Until then, may all of you blessed be.